Really sad news to bring you. We're hearing that 3 boys aged 11, 10 and 8 have died after being pulled from the icy lake in Solihull. So we knew that 4 children had been rescued. I'm so sorry, this is terrible news, obviously. So those 3 boys, aged 8, 10 and 11, have died after being pulled from that lake. They'd fallen into the icy water. There were reports that 6 people had been seen on the ice, and emergency crews were looking, obviously, around that lake. Having had those initial reports, the emergency crews got there incredibly quickly, within 7 minutes. But very sadly, we have heard that 3 of those boys have died. So let's talk to Saqib Bhatti, who is the local MP. Saqib, this is very shocking, very sad.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, I'm just hearing the news now. It's just a great tragedy. I think the whole community is in shock. I've been talking to residents this morning, and it's just hard to put into words right now what I'm feeling, because, you know, as a parent, it's just the whole community is going to be feeling this, and my heart goes out to the families of those young children, and my thoughts, our prayers are with them. And you know, part of me was still hoping for some good news, I suppose, but yeah, it's just very sad.
And is it clear whether there were 6 people on the ice?
Not as far as I know. I'm only aware of the 4 that were pulled out, and obviously they're in critical condition. I think yesterday, clearly there was a lot of information in terms of social media, etc. And I think the police quite rightly were asking for any information on that. But at the moment, as far as I know, there were only 4 children that they pulled out of the ice.
It sounds like the emergency services did a fantastic job getting there very quickly.
Yeah. I mean, it's just so sad, the news that we've just heard, but they were amazing. I heard that one police officer jumped into the lake to try and save the children. I mean, how heroic is that? And he or she was suffering from mild hypothermia. I think a member of the public also did the same thing, and they've been working all night. And trust me, I've been out there for an hour and a half now. It is so cold, and that they've been out there all night doing this. My hat goes off to them.
Yeah, and you're talking to us, as you've indicated, from the area. Have you been talking to people there?
Yes, I have. So I've spoken to a number of residents, some who saw the tragedy unfold yesterday as all the emergency services turned up, others who've come today to pay their respects. And I think everyone is just in shock. And I just spoke to the Prime Minister about 20 minutes ago. He also, gave his thoughts and prayers to the community and offered his support. And I think the whole community will be reflecting on this for many, many years to come, I think. And really, we just need to find a way to help those families that are affected and try. This is a really close-knit community, and I'll be working with them.
Have you had any contact with the families yet?
Not as of yet. I was giving the emergency services the time and space to do their jobs, etc. But of course, we'll be reaching out. And I know the local school has closed, but I think everyone, I mean, as I'm doing live on air, just processing the information that we've just received.
Yeah, very difficult. And they're so young. So obviously that's going to be a lot of young friends who are going to also have to take this in. And you mentioned the school is closed. Is that directly because of this?
Well, as I said, this is a very close-knit community, and the school does an immense job. It's not yet clear to me whether those children were from the school, but I think they did the right thing, and clearly it just goes to reflect how the whole community will be feeling this, and everyone I've spoken to is just just really just reflecting on the fact that these children went out. And you don't expect this to happen, and let's put it that way. And clearly, that they were critical when they came out, and obviously we've just received that very sad news.
Saqib Bhatti, thank you very much for joining us. That's the local MP, and We are just bringing you this terribly sad news that 3 of those children who had fallen into the icy water on a lake near Solihull have sadly died. They were 3 boys, aged 10, 11 and 8. And they died after being pulled from that lake. The emergency services went there after 4 children were rescued. They rescued those children from the icy lake. They were in critical condition in hospital, and we have just heard in the past few moments that 3 of them have sadly died.